All right, bro. Well, we live on.
All right. What up? What up? What up? Welcome to Gvtv. That's right. Good Vibes Television. That's right. Season 2, episode 44. Well, it's 44 episodes. I'm surprised y'all ain't called in to cancel our asses. I'm one of your hosts. I'm your boy RL, and I'm here tonight. It's just me and my man, Mr. DJ S2
Yay.
He up here looking like the first day of school. We got the polo shirt on, button up to his neck.
Hey, yeah, we back. I'm vaccinated.
Yes, my man looking fresh tonight. You think we was getting ready to, after the show, go straight to the strip club, with normal jeans and give away money we can't afford to give away. But it's all good. Glad to be back for another week, man. How you? Look, this man is the most skatingest motherfucker I've ever known, right? He is spoiled at work. He's the only male, but he's the only one with a penis on his shift. There's another man on the shift, but he's the only one with a real penis. So he's spoiled at work, right? So this dude he ain't been on his regular shift in about 3 weeks. Playing Dora the Explorer. He out here taking pictures of all kinds of shit.
I'm making movies.
He's making movies, and you see how he been dressing. Y'all, look at him. Look at him. Got the short sleeve polo on, button up to the neck. Got the glasses on. Got the haircut. He got the Bruno Mars look. Like this is what Bruno Mars is gonna look like when he's 50.
Hey man, I just made 50 a couple of days ago. I make this look good.
Yes, sir, you do. Yes, sir, you do. I ain't gonna hold back. You looking sharp, brother.
Me and Jasmine, man.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at
sponsorship.
Yeah, so tonight, people, of course, we're gonna speak about the George Floyd trial.
Right. First of all, we ain't got that. Oh, wait a minute. I was just about to say we ain't got no ladies with us. I was just about to say we ain't had no ladies with us. And here comes Savvy.
Oh, she jumping in?
Yeah. We was just about to say we ain't had no women. We was gonna misbehave, and then Savvy showed up with the snacks. Now we gotta behave.
Oh, snap.
I can get off.
No.
You here now. You locked in. We gonna lock.
I was having trouble trying to get on. I don't know what was
okay.
going on.
No, we thought y'all just bailed on us.
No, I was having trouble getting on. I was like, I don't know what's going on with this thing. I had to keep messing with it.
Yeah.
How you doing, Savvy?
Huh?
How you doing? How you been?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, Savvy been busy too. Savvy been having all them shows. I was looking at some of her little clips of the shows. Everything was amazing about that show.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful show, man.
Savvy always doing her thing.
I gotta get backstage and help with the wardrobe. See, that's my thing. I want to help put the clothes on.
The stitching. I'm gonna fix your hem.
Yeah, I don't know what he think he gonna do, but all right.
You over there trying to fix people inseams.
Yeah,
right,
yes,
exactly.
Yes. From the heel all the way up, from the rooter to the tutor.
All right. First of all, folks, I want to apologize for us not being on last week. We all had stuff going on, so it was really intense. Life. It's life. It's one of them things where you say life happens. Everybody for some reason had something going on, and we just couldn't get the show up and running. So, want to beg y'all forgiveness for last week. For those of you who always come on and pay attention. Ms. Bertrand, I see you on here again tonight. Nice having you on here. Samay, I think I'm pronouncing your name right. Booker, I see you on here. You watching? Want to say hi, Ms. Booker?
Let me say that it's been a hard 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it's been a hard 3 weeks. Personally, and as far as the world goes, you had the trial of George Floyd.
That was intense, and the trial was actually the same day we were supposed to have the show. And I
Yeah.
think everybody was kind of caught up with that as well.
So we had that, and then Savvy experienced a death in the family. I experienced a death in the family.
Wow.
It's and then I just found like, yes,
What happened?
yeah, my fault. I got people calling me, man. They love to call during this time. Um I found that a good friend of mine I went to middle school with, and I still see and hang out with.
Right.
His mother passed away yesterday morning.
Hey.
Then to turn around a few hours after that, I found out that a buddy of mine that I grew up with, son was killed over the weekend.
Wow.
So it's just, I mean, and then on top of, idols, people, you admire, DMX, Shock
Yeah.
G, Black Rob, people that I just, I grew up on.
Yep.
DMX
Yep.
to me, DMX was everything to me. I love DMX because DMX was like that uncle in your family that everybody loved, everybody was cool with.
Yeah.
You
He was that, that gangster preacher.
Yeah,
The
but
Rough Rider, no, he spoke he brought God to the streets.
yeah, you had mad respect for him because dude wasn't fake.
No, not at all.
And then like that's how my uncle was. It's my mother's brother, and my uncle was just like that. My uncle ain't do no damn music, and he ain't rap or sing, none of that shit. But my uncle was always real. It was nothing fake about him. He loved his family.
Right.
He loved people. He was just a genuine good dude, just all around good dude, a great uncle and a great family member. Always, I'm talking about the type of uncle he is or was. If someone died in the family, he would, I mean, like, what do you need? And then you'd be like, oh, well, you wish, he would give them $500 and be willing to give them more. He's done this on multiple occasions. So that, it was DMX, and then my uncle died. I'm like, wow, what the, and I'm, and then I hear about all these other deaths. And then of course, the young lady that was killed in Columbus, Ohio, which we're going to talk about that tonight, because that definitely needs to be talked about. It's just been a crazy 3 weeks. Just for me, and I know for you guys as well, it's just like sometimes it feels like you're surrounded by death.
Yeah.
And, and it's crazy because you don't never think about yourself when you're surrounded by death. I just I'm like, wow, they gone. I can't believe they gone. And then you take a look at the ones that are affected, by every day. Like I'm affected by my uncle, but he have children. He has a wife.
Right.
That's my mother's brother. So I know how I feel, but I look and I'm like, damn, I hate that they're going through this. And then I turn around and I have friends losing a mother, lose a son. I'm like, damn, I hate seeing them go through this. It's almost like you don't get a break sometimes.
Right. The old folks say death happened. They always happen in threes. That's like old superstition. And death always happened in threes.
That shit is that's 2021. This just happening like in eights.
Right.
It's out of control from 2020 to now. It's just
2020 claimed a lot of lives, and that wasn't even just COVID.
Yeah, that
claimed
is
a lot of lives.
So true.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about COVID lives. I'm just talking about and what was crazy was being that 2020 was like the COVID type year. It was shocking when you heard somebody die. When somebody died, it was like, was it from COVID? No.
Yeah.
What? And that what happened? So now you're like concerned. You're like, hey man, what the hell happened? Because you was expecting, the death, COVID. That's how it went. You know what I mean? So it was shocking when you heard somebody died and it wasn't COVID. Like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? It was one of those.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's been
rough. We had talking about death. We had my in-laws and them, their next door neighbor, real close friend of the family. He's always at the house, every event. He's always there, older guy. His wife passed about, I want to say, a couple years before previously. And, he was going through some stuff. He was hospitalized. And we got a phone call from him from the hospital saying that, hey, the doctors and them said there's nothing more they can do, man. And pretty much I got a couple more days left. And I was like, wow, it's like talking to him now, and it's like he's saying goodbye, but at the same time, he sounded normal. He wasn't sick. Man ain't sound sick one bit. And that was the crazy part. That was what threw me. It was like, he was like, hey, just how we talking now. He said, they tell me I got a couple more days left. Because the medication, whatever they gave him, was still working through him. But once that was done, it was basically, stage left. So when he passed, when I got the news that he passed away, it was like, wow, it was like, dang, I felt for him, I felt like, yo, that's gotta be like the worst feeling in the world. You alone right now in a hospital room, knowing I may not wake up tomorrow. It's one of those things. So people call you, you say, hey, hey, what's going on? You try to give them all the love, all the support, everything that you can give them. But at the same time, I'm the Reaper coming for me soon. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when? You don't know. And I don't know. And what do you tell them? It's one of those things where it was difficult. So yeah, it's been a difficult couple of weeks, man. It's crazy. And I swear, I think of him almost every minute, every day so far that's gone by. But he crosses my mind, Mr. Tyron, and it's one of those. Whew. It's been rough.
That's hard, man.
Yeah. Knowing, I think, if I gotta go, it had to be tragic, or I fell went in my sleep or something. But to know, man, it's like, wow. It's like,
and the doctors, the medical bedside manners they're awful, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is no good way to tell a person that, yeah, look, we can't do any more for you.
Right.
So I get that.
Yeah.
But some of them, man,
sensitivity level is low, man. They tell you, look, man, I got some good news and I got some bad news. It's like, well, which one you want? So give me the good news. Well, no, the bad news. Well, the good news is you got a couple of days. You only got about a day to live. Oh yeah. Well, what's the bad news? I found out yesterday. That's why it's like, damn, man, that's the shit that happened in the hospital. I just forgot to tell you, man. You forget to tell me, man, I had a day to live.
That's awful, man. It's just some trying times. Savvy, you awful quiet. I know you've been going through it, girl. You've had an interesting, I'm gonna say 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's just a lot of stuff going on, and you just try to deal with it the best that you can. You try to be strong, but at points you just have to let it all out. Yeah, it's really kind of hard to talk about.
Yeah, I know. A lot of the stuff that's happening around me, 2020 and all that stuff, I've been going around, and I swear every time it's like, yo, love, man, I love you. I tell everybody I love them now. It's one of them things where, yo, love and good vibes. That's my new logo. That's my new thing.
Like,
love and
have to.
Yeah, like they said, we gotta give each other our roses. And like you said, we gotta tell people how we feel.
Yep. And you never know when
you never know.
See them. Right.
Yeah. So a lot of times these little small bickers that we have, is it really worth it? Especially somebody that you really truly care about.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta make peace. We gotta amend. We gotta atone. That's the word. We have to atone. And even if the other person don't, want to, long as you atone for whatever it is. But life, I know that we've been saying it, but now we saying it every day. Like, life is really too short.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Too short. Like with this passing, she has 2 small kids, and it's like they're going to grow up, especially, the girl child.
Mm-hmm.
And they old enough to remember their mom, but the older you get, females need their mother when they're going through certain things in life. you know, and females need their, you know, and the males need their mother to guide them in certain ways that their father can't. And they're going to grow up from this time on without that. And, you know, that hits me deep. You know, when I heard it, I sat on the side of the bed and I'm like, wow, you know, and that's why we can't take things for granted and we can't let things just go past. And I'm just, you know, it's been a lot of people just pass away, not just family, but friends. So every time something like that happens, it pushes me further to do what I need to do in life. And to tell people, you know, who I care about and stuff, how I truly feel. You know, it's no more, you know, trying to keep it in and try. No, you're going to know how I feel. I'm going to tell you, you know, because I don't know if I'm going to see you today. You don't know if you're going to see me today or tomorrow. So we really need to really think about that. We really need to check ourselves, you know. So, you know, so we really just got to take life and take it one day and make that day whatever it is. Whatever it's going to be for you, just take it.
I mean, and you know, we talk about a lot of people talk about the negativity of social media, Facebook, and all this kinds of stuff. And I swear, but yes, it's got its negative sides. But if it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't have been able to reach out to half the people I've reached out to. I wouldn't have been able to touch base to people, find people in my past that I thought I've lost contact with forever. I just happened to sit one day. I was like, yo, I wonder what happened to this guy. Boom, popped his name in Facebook, touch base with him. We had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where
it's
Facebook has negativity, but
it's the closest thing to child support.
Yeah.
It's going to find you.
Yeah. If you use it in the right way, man, you can reach out to a whole bunch of people that was in your past that you needed to say things to that you never got a chance to. You know what I mean? It's a benefit at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. So we're going to stop. You know,
reminiscing,
dragging y'all down sorrow lane, and start getting into our topic.
So the day after George Floyd,
the grill master,
right? You know, Charvin's what's his name? Charvin's you know, it's not his sentencing, but when he got the news, you know, the look on his face. First of all, the look on his face was like, "What is that?" Was it really me?
It was the look in his eyes, because that's all we could see.
It was a deranged look, man. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. All we could see was the eyes.
To get on some more next.
Yeah, his eyes was going crazy. Like, is somebody gonna stop him?
Yeah. You know what? I didn't. So in the 90s, you know, we had the O.J. Simpson trial.
Right.
And that was all damn summer. I watched the first couple of days of this trial, and I was like, I can't do this. Because I'll go to work. You know, I'm an emotional person. I won't speak to people.
Right.
You know, I won't speak to people because I know that
you gotta let it digest.
Yeah, because I know some people, they don't feel the same way that I feel.
Right.
You know, and I know what I saw. He was on the man's neck, wouldn't let him breathe, wasn't trying to let him up.
Exactly.
I know there's some people I may work with that feel like, you know, he wasn't on the neck. And in order for me to keep my job,
I know what I saw. Damn it.
I can't watch this and go to work.
Right.
I'm glad that he was found guilty. But what I want people to realize, this isn't justice.
Nope.
This is a step in the direction, a better step than in the past, but it's a step in the direction towards justice. This isn't justice. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how we go about getting the justice we need, because we can all talk about what it is that the government need to do to protect non-whites, right? But the government doesn't seem to be interested in that. Like the first day or two, the first thing Joe Biden did was to sign a transgender bill or something to protect them. You know, but you're not going to hear about let's sign a bill protecting colored people. So it's not justice. It's a step in the direction because usually we don't hear that G word. We don't hear that G word. But the times that the couple of times I did watch, and even the times after they found the man guilty, you can just see it on this dude's face, man. This dude looked like he was given an opportunity. He would lean on some more next. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look. He looked unbothered. Like they could have gave him 1,000 years. It was worth it, on his face. Just looked like it was worth killing that nigga. This is worth everything. And I kind of just like, damn, this is where we at. This man is found guilty. He didn't get his time yet.
Right.
But this man is unbothered. He still got that crazed look in his eye, but he look unbothered. Like
it may not be the first neck he was on.
Probably
the only one we saw.
Yeah.
But how many dark old country roads he done stepped on somebody's neck out there?
But they didn't, and nobody was there.
Nobody but God.
To record it.
Right.
Catch it on film. So
right.
And the country, I think we did good as far as the trial. As far as I know they did their thing down there, in the city and protesting, and sometimes we get carried away. But I'm be honest with you, they did really good. This was, you talk about a year ago.
Right.
And they played the video again. And I didn't see I didn't see the video during the trial because I was at work watching the trial. I didn't get to see that part, but I was going through social media and I seen a friend of mine comment on it. And this is a dude. This is a strong dude. This is one of the dudes I wouldn't fuck with. Like if I was going down the dark alley and I seen this dude comment, I would turn and go the other way. It broke him down to hear that video again of him calling out for his mother. And that's the part that you don't have any compassion for this human being,
right?
At all. He's calling out. His mother is gone. His mother ain't even here on earth. He's calling out to his mother. And you have no compassion. But that same lack of compassion that he had that day, he had in that courtroom. I hope that our courts continue in the direction. Sometimes it's common sense to us. We think, oh yeah, he guilty. But them lawyers, man, oh my goodness, man. Them lawyers get paid great money.
Right.
To get them off.
Mm-hmm.
He did that. I can't think of the lawyer name, but he did a great job. He did a great job because we think that, oh, this is easy. This is easy. Look, you see he's on his neck. We can point at it. And the lawyer was like, nah, he ain't on his neck. Look at his pants. And I mean, look where his knee placement is.
Right.
And you got people who will now see what the lawyers say. It's crazy how the courts are set up, and like I said, everybody in there getting paid.
Right.
Lawyer, defense, he getting paid, he did I hate to say it, he did an incredible job. Because the last 2 days before, I didn't think we was getting that guilty. I was just reading and catching clips, and I was like, man, they are going to burn that city to the ground if he's not found guilty. But I applaud people down there for standing up, staying strong in their belief for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a tendency to forget our victims.
Right.
We have a tendency to forget, and it doesn't take long. All it do is take the next social media craze, and we tend to forget them.
We got Ms. Bertrand on here. She said, I thought I heard Biden say something about a law in George Floyd's name. I didn't hear anything about it, but hey, that's what Biden said.
I heard something about it. I'm not sure if it's been enacted yet, but I hope that they do, because I mean, it shouldn't have been George Floyd. You understand what I'm saying? It shouldn't have been the young boy with Trayvon Martin.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? I go all the way back. Like I said, I started paying attention to police brutality. Everybody heard about, Rodney King, and I knew about Emmett Till when I was younger, but people, they didn't really they didn't educate us on it in school. The first time that police brutality really stood out to me was the Sean Bell situation up in New York. The young man that was out for his bachelor party. He was getting married. He was out with homeboys. And the cops shot him up like 40, 50 times, and he didn't have a gun. He had a comb or brush in his hand or something. They just shot him up. And so for me, it's something that just constantly happens.
Yeah.
And to hear a president say that we're going to, enact a bill, and if George Floyd's name, it should have been done. It should have been done 40, 50, 60 years ago. And if not then, it certainly should have been done right after Rodney King got his, I ain't going to say that, but after the Rodney King,
he got his butt whipped.
And so it's like I said, this wasn't justice, people.
Yeah.
This is just a step closer to
that direction.
Yeah, what needs to be happening anyway when it comes to us in this country, how we get treated on a day-to-day basis by people with authority, our police officers.
But what's crazy about our culture is that stuff like that happens, and then the first thing we say is we forgive. And I think that's one of the things, we forgive too quick. We forgive, we want to get old, we want to forget and get over it and move on, and it shouldn't be like that, because of that mentality, we still dealing with that situation till today. Like Rodney King said, I mean, not Rodney King, but Rodney said, what was his favorite line? Can we all just get along?
Yeah.
And it's like, for what? You unjustly got beat up by police officers. No, we can't get along. We need to fight until this changes. And it just don't take, just one family. Even if it didn't happen in your family, it takes all of us to make that change.
Right.
Our voice has to be heard, because this is going to continue to happen. We feel like we got justice, but like you said earlier, it's not, because this is going to happen. The man's going to go to jail for however long, and then another situation is going to happen right after that. Our Black men and our brown men are scared to get pulled over, everything. I mean, they supposed to protect and serve us, but they're not doing that.
No.
We shouldn't be scared to call the police that's supposed to come and help us. Perfect example, I came home the other night. My area is going to hell. They starting to let anybody move in here, and it was some young boys on the side of the apartment building smoking and playing dice and all that kind of stuff. And the thing about it is, first of all, you don't want to go up and say nothing to them, because you don't know how they're going to respond to you. And you don't want to call the police, because you don't want anything to happen to them. You just want them to move along and go about their business.
Right.
But that's one of their jobs, to come in and help with situations like that. But it's like, what do you do? So sometimes you let things happen because you don't know what to do.
Yep.
But you don't want to call the police, because the police, it would come out and it'd be a situation like that, and then you feel bad because you was the one that called the police.
Yeah.
I think the police
that's real.
Yeah, the police system needs to change. And our response to the police need to change. But it's only going to happen when it comes with healing, because we don't trust them.
Right.
No.
And they most definitely don't trust us.
No.
So, so it has to be some kind of dialogue. I mean, they tried it before, but it really has to be some kind of dialogue. When I was young, we used to be like, we want to grow up to be police officers and firemen and doctors and stuff like that. now when officer friendly is not officer friendly no more.
Hell no. Hell
Right.
no. Remember you used to parents used to tell you if someone tried to walk up and take you, go find a police officer.
Yeah.
Shit, that's the last person you need to go find
Right.
today.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
that's sad.
And me being, I was former police and working with some of the officers I've worked with, and most of them are real people. You know, they good, they cool people. They're just like you. They're just like me. It's just, and I guess I was lucky because it was the Virgin Islands. So it's like we don't really have that much. There's no racism in the Virgin Islands.
It's like Baywatch. You was
No, but there's no racism. There's nobody, you know, that you can't march for racism in the Virgin Islands. Everybody, all the police, Puerto Rican and black. So there's no racism. You can't say, well, because he white, he shot me. No, we ain't no white, not much white police in the Virgin Islands. So, my comrades down VIPD, I was lucky to be a part of that. You know, where we did the job for the job. You know, you go out there, you was getting these people off the streets. We even thought of innovative ways to get people off the corners instead of just brutally going, hey man, get your ass off the corner. No, we ain't do that. My partner and I pull up, park right on the corner, and eat our lunch. Police car there. Ain't nobody selling drugs. Ain't nobody trying to pull up with a squad car parked right there. We ain't come out and confront these guys. We just sat there and ate lunch, and they was mad as shit, and everybody left. Eventually, that's all you have. Sometimes you got to think in innovative ways, you know, to get the job done. You know,
it's your community.
Exactly.
And that's why it's important to have people who are from the community become police officers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for far too long, I'm not sure if people know. So back in the day, I'm not sure if they do it now. So back in the day, if you was to become a Baltimore City police officer,
foot patrol,
on the chances of you working in your community, slim to none.
Yep.
If you're from Northeast, they sending you to Southeast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
From Southeast, you come in the Northeast.
Right.
Okay? That's why, I mean, when you talk about Southeast, when you talk about South Side cops in Baltimore, I ain't saying, look, they're some of the worst cops in Baltimore City, man.
And the community respond better to a cop they know.
Yeah.
I see you all the time. I know you by name. We hang out. We play basketball, whatever. They respond differently. When I was a cop, we did community oriented stuff. We even created volleyball tournaments and stuff for the community. So, you know, we did stuff like that. Whatever little resources we had, we did. We grabbed some of the kids in the community. We painted basketball courts, all that stuff. The cops knew us. They couldn't say my name, Gvtv, but they knew it was, hey, Officer G. That was the kids. The kids running around, hey, Officer G, Officer G. You know, we parked the car, walked through the community, touch base. We spend all day just chatting with people all the way around.
That's it.
It was police work, man. It was no police work because you was just chilling by everybody's house, technically, on your way down around the corner. We had some old folks we learned some stuff from, you know, and everybody knew us. Everybody knew us. They had their community meetings. Guess who was there? I was there. Civilian clothes. We show up. Because we're part of your community. You know, we want to be there. We want to hear what's going on. How can we help? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So whenever it was time to do an arrest, hey man, I didn't have to respond to a whole bunch of violence. It was more like, hey man, come here. What's going on? You don't act like this. What's going on? You know what I mean? I knew you because I know you. You know me. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me.
That's the thing. See, that's part of the job.
Right. And what triggered you? I would know what triggered you because you don't usually act like this. So something had to be really going on for you to do what you did.
Officer is more. You know what I mean? That's like you said, walking around, talking to people.
Right. Let them get to know you.
Yeah, that's being a police officer. We know what comes with the job sometimes, but you driving around in a cop car in communities, dipping in and out of the streets, get out your vehicle. I don't know how many times we didn't talk to these. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, look, you roll up on the corner, and all you got is a number one male, number one black, number one male, meaning black male. Blah 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 blah. Not Ramon, not Reagan, You know what I mean? A number one male. That's all you got is a description of who this person is. One black male.
I mean,
and I roll up on and say, "Hey, it was Junior from over there. Yeah, hey, Junior, where your mother? You know, stuff like that. You know,
yeah, stuff like, oh, you drive through the neighborhood. Oh, you ain't gonna remember everybody's name, but you know my face.
Right. Or I know your parents. Or I know your family. I talk to your grandmother all the time.
You see me in the yard cutting grass, or you see me in the yard with my children, family. You see me washing our cars. You see me. You might not remember my name, but you see me because you in my community, and I see.
I'm the guy that waves at you all the time when I walk by. You know,
that's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
All it takes. That's it. That's all it takes. Yeah, we need police reform, but they gotta. If you do it, you gotta involve the community, because these are the individuals you're putting in the communities. You can't go out here and do a mass hire, right? And y'all bring in all these cornfield good old boys who just got out the military. They gung ho. Hey, look, Chicago.
And as you said, they live all the way out in the county somewhere, and you bring them in to the city.
And they hate. Let me tell you something. A woman said something today. Me and my son leaving the YMCA, right? Older white lady. She was taking off her mask. You know, she said, "I can't breathe. I gotta take it off." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "You heard the CDC said you ain't gotta wear a mask outside, you know, for real anymore." And she's like, "Yeah, I heard." I said, "I wonder what our mayor had to say about that." And she just, he's a piece of work. Oh my God. I hate Baltimore City. And I was like, okay, I'm from Baltimore City. I see you're not. But that's the same mentality that these cops get on from Charm City. They get the job here. They got all that overtime, all that money. You got cops making $100,000 easily. Okay. And they hate Baltimore. So when their whole thing is, when I'm gonna show up to the scene, when I show up to a call, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be on the ready. You can't be on the ready. You're supposed to be protecting people. How you gonna be on the ready and you're supposed to be protecting people?
Right.
You ain't supposed to. Your mindset, I'm whooping somebody's ass today. What?
Right.
I don't know if anybody see the video of, I think it was the cops pulled over Caucasian male, an Explorer. They're trying to get him out. Sir, step out of the vehicle, step out of the vehicle. He's not coming out. The one officer has his gun drawn and said, "Hey man, I see a gun. He's got a gun on his lap. Why is there a gun in your lap? Let me see your hands. Show me your hands." There's a gun in the car, in the truck. The officer ends up holding the one hand through the window, got the hand held in there, got the door open. Step out of it, sir. Please step out of the vehicle. They still please step out of the vehicle. Dude shut the door, put that sucker in gear, and drove the hell off.
So, as you were saying that, I was thinking like, we might need to do a show where we have people from the police department and stuff to be on here and explain to us why do they respond to certain races.
I don't know if anybody want to be put in that hot seat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know they probably don't, but it's like people want answers, because it's
they need things like these and the police to be on there saying stuff. Ask me why. Let's go toe to toe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you made a perfect example about, because anybody else, and I know everybody be like, we play the race card. It's not that we play the race card, it's what we see, it's what's going on.
Right.
And you got an individual, a Caucasian man, and you're pleading and begging for him to get out the car.
But you had a military lieutenant. I think he was a lieutenant. Yeah, military lieutenant, unarmed, in fucking uniform, and he was black, and you dragged his ass. Get the fuck out the car. Come on, man.
Right.
No pleading like, sir, can you step out of the car? None of that. You pepper sprayed him in the car. Yeah. There was no pepper spray, no taser on this guy who obviously had a gun. You saw the gun.
Right.
But you pepper sprayed an Army lieutenant.
It's fair, man. It's fair.
Black male, Army lieutenant, pepper sprayed him in the car, dragged his ass out of the car. And it was almost the same thing, except he had no gun.
It's fair,
no weapon.
It is fair. I was watching. What the hell was I watching?
Did this to him? Come on now,
man. I was watching something, and the guy said, the white guy said about the black man. He was like, we're gonna have to both take them. You know, they strong like apes. And I just God damn called the man an ape, man.
Yeah,
He's strong. They strong like apes. But that's what it is. They naturally have that fear.
yeah.
You know, they naturally had that fear.
But would you say? But answer me this. I don't want to cut you off. But you say they naturally had a fear. But what about black cops? Because they're doing the same thing. We can't let them. You know, we talking about Caucasian cops but black cops are doing the same thing.
Yes,
they not stupid.
But they doing the same thing to people that look like them. You know, so what's their problem? Like, why are they coming to the community and doing that? You know, what is their excuse? Are they scared? Are they scared of looking at a person that looks like them?
So this is where it gets fucked up at. Black cops come to the community, know they about to deal with some bullshit.
They probably drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they so you know they don't come with the protect and serve mentality because they think, unfortunately, you got black people that think they know other black people because they're black and heard or seen black lives in their community or their cousins, you know, as such and such, or he acts such a way. So I know he's gonna act in such a way. So unfortunately, like I said, black cops, they think they know because they black and they got a black family member or friend from this area or people who've done certain things. So they are, you know, it's ignorance, man. And when you don't have a pure heart, you shouldn't do a job like that. And a lot of those individuals' heart, it's not pure. You know, a lot of them become cops because, you know, let's be honest, they weren't shit without the badge. You dig what I'm saying? It is what it is. They never had that swag when they walked down the street and people were like, oh shit, there goes so and so. You know what I mean? They was always, they might have been in the clique, but they weren't, they were the small part of the clique. You know what I'm saying? They was in the clique, but they weren't the clique. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they become cops and they put that badge on. I don't know how many dudes I was in the Marine Corps with. When they got that Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, you couldn't tell them shit. And the drill instructor told us, when you go home from boot camp, do not go out here thinking you the baddest thing, you know, in the street and start fighting because you're going to get your ass whooped.
Right.
And I had a homeboy. I seen him after we went home. We was from Baltimore, and that's exactly what happened. He couldn't wait to hang out with his buddies. They went down Canton, and they got pulverized. He got about one dude.
Right.
He get jumped one guy.
Same for the cops. Just because you get this gun and this badge, you're not going to have it forever. The same people you pissing on might be the same people that save your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So
what y'all?
That's a gun and a badge. You get rid of that. Look. I got a gun. I had a gun and a badge. I'm no longer a cop. You understand what I'm saying? You may not. You never know what life. You may not know what life gonna bring to you. You know what I mean? So
what y'all think is So what kind of time y'all think that they're gonna give him?
Hey, well, look, he was found guilty. Don't give him 2 years. They will burn the city down. You know,
yeah.
They're gonna have to give him like 25 years. They're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to give him. He might get life. You never know.
Yeah, he got to get 25. 20. I'm gonna say 25 because to say, oh, he's gonna get double life, you don't hear that shit anymore. You got people out here eating people that's getting 6, 7 years, and then like
time served.
Right. For time served. You already in there, so you might get some time served already.
Yeah,
we don't have no evidence, so time served.
Right.
Yeah.
And my thing is, see, I don't believe in never seeing the light of day again. Because I think that defeats the purpose of locking them up. I think the punishment is 20 to 25 years, right? But the real punishment is coming out and trying to fit back into society, being who you have been for 25 years. That's the real punishment. Don't lock him up and throw away the key. Take away 20 years of his life and then let him have to reinsert himself in the community like so many of our black people.
Oh yeah.
We got like about 10 more minutes. Well, a little more than 10 minutes. Do y'all think the Columbus shooting, involving the 16-year-old female, by the officer. Let me see if I make sure I get his name right. The teen was Makia Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
He was shot by Officer. Where's his name? I just had his name.
Yeah, I was trying to find his name in the article I have up, but it does. I don't see it. But Dirk. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Fatal shooting.
Nicholas Reardon.
Yeah,
Nicholas Reardon. By Officer Nicholas Reardon.
That's an awful name.
Yeah, but have y'all seen the footage, the camera footage of what do you think?
Wow, like that.
I'm gonna say, let's go ahead and answer, Sam. You go first.
Oh yeah, let me see.
Ladies first.
Wow. Like it was so much. I had so many different conversations with people, and my thing is, I felt like when he got out the car, that's just my observation and my opinion. When he got out the car, I mean, everything was going in motion. You know, his react time was, to me, he didn't identify himself, number one. And then when he did fire at her, he didn't even give her the opportunity to put down the weapon. Like, he didn't even call it out. I went and took the test to be Baltimore City, and I passed. And it was a lot of certain things that I learned before I was like, yeah, I can't do this. But the fact of the matter is, the protocol for him, I think that he didn't use properly. But also, you had to look at the situation, because this young girl had a knife in her hand. And you don't know if, because she was so upset and mad about what was going on with her, if she would have stabbed that lady, you know. So I have so many mixed feelings about that whole situation. I know she called the police. That's what that's what said, that she was the one that called the police. She was bullied. And people, if you've never been bullied, you don't understand how that feels to be bullied by people all the time. And I heard that one of the individuals, like a 30-something-year-old woman, why are you bullying this young child, if that's the truth? So my thing is, like I said, I have so many mixed feelings. I just feel like she shouldn't have lost her life. I just really feel like she shouldn't have lost her life. And I felt like the adults that was standing around before the police got there are responsible, because they could have done something before they even got there.
Right.
So they should feel just as bad as
they failed them young people. They failed them young people.
They did.
From my side of it, I think the officer responded. You have to remember now, well, we're analyzing this stuff now, like minutes in time. He didn't have that much time. He had a split second to decide whether to pull his trigger or not. That knife was swinging in swing. Do I fire this weapon or not? And he chose to fire. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where you only had a split second. He only had a split second. And as Savvy said, you go through the training and you realize there's no shooting in the leg. There's none of that when you're a police officer. You pull that firearm, it's to take you down. Right. Center mass. They teach you center mass. You're not maiming anybody. You shooting to kill. Basically, you shot 2 in the chest, 1 to the head, stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's how you're trained. That they always told us as cops. Don't ever, if you're not prepared to use that weapon, do not pull it out. That weapon remains in your holster. However, there was another deadly weapon on the scene, and it's the knife. And thinking about the girl in the pink now, how does her family feel about whether it was a good shooting or not? Because that young lady could have been stabbed. You understand what I'm saying? It's one of those things where, again, it's not all on the officer because he took her life. The people around should have done something before that. The police is there. You already know the climate of what's going on in the world now versus white cops and black communities. So why not? Somebody should have protected that young lady prior to the police getting there.
I watched the video, and when I first watched the video, hold up, let me say this. I heard about the shooting, right? Because that's the first thing the media did was put out that a 16-year-old black girl was shot and killed by a Columbus, Ohio police officer. That's the first thing they did. And so you already had black people people of color in this country fired up over the case. We just got the guilty verdict, and
here we go again.
The media just love fucking adding fuel to that fire. I'm gonna jump on this. You see, LeBron James prematurely made a tweet, and it wasn't a malicious tweet towards the cop that did it.
No.
It was just inappropriate, especially once the rest of the footage came out. When the footage came out,
he withdrew it.
He said, your time is coming, a time up, and had a clock or whatever. LeBron James has been suspended for the rest of the season and the playoffs. Adam Silver was like, no, you can't do that. Nope. You put that cop's family in jeopardy. You put his life in jeopardy. You can't do that. People look up to you. You are a movement yourself.
Yep. And LeBron he did come in and he apologized and said, when you don't make a judgment when you don't have all the facts. And that's what he said in the other tweet.
And that's so when the video came out, because of course social media was going crazy. I'm reading everybody's tweets, the Facebook comments, and I'm like, damn. So I see the video and I'm like, oh shit, because I wasn't a cop, but I had to engage in combat stuff like that. What I'm saying? When you draw your weapon on people, you already got your weapon.
Right.
You know what I mean? The first thing I saw was when the cop showed up. Now he didn't say who he was. He didn't, hey, I'm the police. I don't care about that. I know what the police look like. White man in a black neighborhood, uniform, badge, gun. Either that's the police or a very expensive looking security guard. I'm still just like it's, but it's like what y'all said. The adults were watching. It was entertainment for them as these kids was arguing and getting ready to throw down. They were watching, and no, I wasn't there, but I know they were watching. You know why? Because I've seen it in neighborhoods before. People come outside and sit on their stoops and watch husband and wife argue. It's a domestic, but they don't care. Like, girl, look, what's going on? They'll watch two kids in the street fight. People watch instead of getting involved. And there's no reason, there's no good enough excuse for not getting involved when you see children getting ready to hurt one another. When the cop pulled up, those adults should have grabbed that young lady with the knife.
Yep.
They should have grabbed her with the knife because she was amped up. Her emotions she was fired up. She was angry. She was hurt. She was mad. She was scared. And everybody else kind of froze except her. And that's when because she pushed the one girl down. And then a dude wound up like monkey stomping the girl.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, she turned around and she's about to stab that chick up.
Yeah.
And the cop shot her.
Because in the one shot, her hand is backhead coming in.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, I said, damn, he saved that girl's life.
Right.
He took a life to save a life.
Mm-hmm.
It's so messed up because the life that he took was the person that called for help.
Was the victim at the time.
She called for help.
Mm-hmm.
The police didn't fail her in this instance. It was the community.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as training, he shot her 4 times. Let me tell you something. When you pull the trigger, it's hard to pull the trigger one time. Your adrenaline is rushing. Trust and believe that cop was scared when he had that gun in his hand and he pulled that trigger. And
yet again, that split second to decide.
Do I
pull or not? How do I stop this?
He was in a bad position because he was going to catch hell whether he did pull the trigger or
he didn't, right?
Because if he don't pull the trigger,
because if she
he's
got
going to watch
stabbed,
this girl get killed.
right? He would have watched the other girl get stabbed, and you right there, you ain't did nothing.
He gets fired. Let me tell you something. He can get fired. Well, he will get fired for that. If he don't do anything, your job, and like we said, is to protect and serve.
Mm-hmm.
And you are supposed to protect. I hate this. The young lady in the pink. Her family are happy. They're happy he did it. The young lady family, I know they hurt.
Yep,
they hurt.
And our prayers
I don't. You know what? I'm gonna say this.
family.
I don't think that her family should be happy. I mean, she should be happy that she's alive or not hurt. But I feel like some guilt should be there, and the guilt should be the fact that whatever y'all was doing to for this woman to go off like this, and for her to be coming after you like this. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So to me, to be honest, the police officer, the young lady that died, and everybody that is out there, it's a no-win situation.
Right.
It's not. It's a no. You know, everybody should feel some kind of way about the situation because, like I was saying earlier, the community that was out there, the adults, they failed her. The people that was bullying her failed her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever got bullied, but being bullied is not. It's nothing to be played with when you're getting bullied all the time. Right. I'm not saying that her pulling a knife out on people is right, but we don't even understand what was really going on with that young lady for her to even go to that point. You see what I'm saying? And if you heard right, and if you heard the phone call that she made to the 911 dispatcher, you know, so this is my thing. I know we all got our opinions and we all gonna say something, but everybody in this situation, it's a no-win situation.
Nope.
No win.
No. You know, it like I say, the cop was going to be fucked either way.
Right.
The young lady, you know, and you know, I said you sit there and I was like, damn, you know, she called for help and wound up being the one getting killed.
It's sad.
But then you can't hang the cop.
Right, because he was doing his job.
He was doing his job.
In this case, there was no black or white. It was no black or white on this one. I don't think so.
Yeah. This was just, and it was just really horrible. It's one of them things where you said it's horrible timing. How the hell is this going to happen right after we get a guilty verdict?
Right, because you can simply say, because he was white, he killed the black. He killed the black girl, but you saved another black girl by killing one. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those.
Can you imagine if it would have been a white girl he saved?
Well, yeah, because you heard people in the back
definitely gone different then.
Yelling, you didn't have to shoot her, you didn't have to shoot her, you didn't have to shoot her, she was a kid. But what was y'all doing before the man got there?
Getting ready to watch her stab their asses up.
Right. And the kid shouldn't have been in that position swinging a knife trying to stab another kid, take another kid's life.
No. They should have got when. Let me tell you something. You know, when the cops come down the street, the siren is on.
Exactly. You should have known he was coming.
So those adults, somebody should have said,
police could come in.
Go in the house. We'll take care of this. We'll put the knife down. Get rid of the knife. Give me the weapon. You want to get in trouble?
Again, especially with the climate we're in now, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
You see one, police is coming. 2, 90% of the time, it might gonna be a white cop. Get your ass in the house.
They were trying. They wanted a show, and they got a show, and unfortunately, the young lady wound up losing her life. And the crazy, she was trying to protect herself, and she wound up losing her life.
Back in the day, when if me and Ramon was beefing and we about to fight, police roll up, we sitting there like we was playing cards.
Oh, we play like we don't know what's going on.
Hey, it's my friend. He came to visit.
We ain't trying to
shit later after the police is gone.
Yeah, it's just the lack of respect on both ends. It's just it's so far gone. It's out of control, and
it's the times that we are in. We in the times that nobody cares.
Yeah,
nobody, and it's not. And I don't even think if it's not happening in my house. I just think people just don't care whether it's happening in their house or not. People just don't care because I remember being young and got into a fight with a young lady, And she ran home and got a knife. So I ran home and got a knife. Because I'm like, you're not going to get a knife and I ain't going to get a knife. Because we going to stab each other out here tonight. But no, this is. But the community, someone told the adult came out and stopped me. She was like, Sonia, you know, your parents ain't going to like this. You need to, you know, and I was amped up. I was ready to stab 100 people. I didn't care. Like, you know, so I understand how you get to that point when you're so hyped up because of the situation. You don't really care who you're going to take out. Like, everybody in my way can get taken out at this point until I get to her. But it was the fact that an adult stepped in and you know, talked some sense into me and was like, go in the house. And she took the knife. And she was like, go in the house and I'll come down and check on you later. Don't come back out. I'm going to be, where was them adults at?
Yeah.
That cared about the children in the community. They're not going to let us stay out there and fight. They're not going to do that. They're going to come in and they're going to try to take care of the situation. And then they're going to want you to be friends, even though you don't want to be their friends, but they're going to try to make you make up with them.
Yeah.
But, you know, after, like I said, I saw the video a couple of times and saw it from different angles and all that. Some just popped in my head like it was adults out there. Then you had the adult kicking the child that fell to the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the whole situation was just crazy.
Like, what are you teaching these kids? Come on now.
Nothing, obviously. Obviously, they teaching them nothing.
But have y'all noticed? Ain't too much hype around this one. This one is pretty. No. Ain't no hype around this one. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, this one ain't. You know, this is one of those like. Yeah, and I think everybody's like when they said it.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
This ain't gonna burn.
Man, back in the day, you would have had somebody grandmother just would be out there whooping everybody ass. Everybody ass that was out. It was getting a belt whooping.
Yeah, absolutely.
To break it up.
It's not like that anymore.
Shit, right.
God, but the thing about it is, what can anybody say? Like, what is the hype going to be about? You know, the man had to do his job and he had to save a life.
Right, and he did his job.
You can't make money off of that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it was the person that called to protect herself. Yeah. But he didn't know that. You know, he didn't know that. You know, nobody stopped to say, "Hey, I'm the one that called." Because she was going. Like she came. Like, the girl fell. She went straight to the other girl. I'm like, "Oh, good Lord."
That's all. That's all. One of the adults would have to say was, "Sir, officer, this is what's going on. This is what's going on." While the others tend to the girls.
But it's a different generation now. It's a whole different. See, those kids that was there fighting, that's gonna be the adults soon. So it's what they see is what they learn. That's it.
Yeah. I have a friend.
Nobody teaching them that shit no more.
Her daughter used to get in fights all the time. And one day we was on the phone and she was like, "Girl, I gotta go because my daughter out there fighting and she fighting, I gotta fight." So when she called me back, I'm like, "Why are you out there fighting with your child? First of all, they're gonna be friends tomorrow. And you out there in the street fighting with your child." I'm not understanding what's going on, you know, and this is how we raise our children. Because we want to act like them, be like them, be their friend, all that kind of stuff.
That's right. Know? I want to be the road dog. Yeah. I want to be the drinking buddy.
The only time I'm fighting with my child is at last resort. Come on, let's go in the house. We're going up in the house. Once I start going in there and I'm pulling my folks away or my kids away, and you come at me, then we're fighting. But
but shouldn't be
that's no that I pull my people away. You know what I'm saying?
Man, let me get off the phone so I can go beat this little child up. Like, come on. I just couldn't even understand that. Like, huh? So, and I'm the type of friend when you say stuff like that to me, when I have an opportunity, I'm going to say something to you about it because it makes no sense. None whatsoever.
And she was 16, but she would put a whooping on somebody if you looked at the size of that child. She was
a big girl.
She was a big girl.
Yeah, she was a big girl.
Bigger than the cop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Little frail white guy.
Yeah, but and you know what? That's another thing that came out of the situation is the message that people are not even going to see, and also is the bullying situation. Like, we have to get, as a community, get a hold of that, because you have people that bully children, even adults, into killing themselves.
Yep.
You know, and I don't look, I'm against bullying. My middle child had this little young girl that she was bullying, and I gave my daughter hell. I was like, we not doing this. I ain't raised you to be like that. I made her go out and apologize. I made her write letters. I know she was like, Mom, really? Yeah. Because I don't play that. You don't intimidate nobody because you're bigger than them.
Right. But there's
we don't
also
do
a
that.
lot of parental bullying that happens now too.
Yeah.
Where the parents say, yeah, man, you gonna let him do what? Boy, you ain't gonna live in his house no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got so now, yo, you better whoop his ass. I'm whooping your ass. You know,
right.
You got a lot of parents that talk like that.
Yeah.
Don't be no goddamn punk.
Yeah. Leave that shit alone. Leave that shit alone. We're drawing to our the end of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, Mo, you can wrap it up.
That must have touched something.
I think we went over our time a little bit.
So the up and up. So we have 94 million people in this country vaccinated. That is incredible.
Yes,
incredible. And I know, you know, the Johnson & Johnson is back to vaccinating people, and I know there's, you know, people that's for the vaccination, people that's not for the vaccination. But just think of this: if Trump would have taken this shit seriously, and what Biden done in 100 days, imagine what that asshole could have done. The time he had in office, if he would have taken it serious.
Right.
That's the sad part. It doesn't matter who's vaccinated, who's not vaccinated. You still got 94 million people that have gotten vaccinated within 100 fucking days.
Which is, from based on the census, is a little more than half the population.
That is crazy.
Yes. A little more than half the population of the United States of America has already been vaccinated.
Stop dicking around when it comes to these elections. Put the right people in place to run. Everybody can't win, I get that. But at least put qualified candidates in the position to run. Don't just put somebody up there because he's a good old boy. He rocked the Confederate flag in his bathroom. Put people in place that are going to do the right thing for all people. You know, I ain't got shit going on. It is what it is, man. Like I said, man, things is coming along slowly but surely with the book. Like I said, I'm coming out with the other book, the COVID book. I think that is something that needs. I really feel like that needs to be the first book. Other than that, man, you know, I'm blessed. I'm humble. I'm happy. I ain't got no complaints. What you got going on, DJ?
Yep. Trini Spice FM. We're still here. We're rocking this soca music. Again, if you're new to the Gvtv, you could always, you know, download the app free on iOS and Android platforms. Let's look up Trini Spice FM. We're also available on your Alexa devices. And our other co-host, which is my sister Alicia Guiding and myself, we also do another show called Island Brunch. Island Brunch.
What she say, RL?
I never understand.
So it's called Eat Me.
It's called Island Brunch and it's on Saturday mornings. And again, we're on the Trini Spice FM Facebook and the YouTube page. Savvy.
Same stuff like I said last week. July 10th. I'm doing I was hired to do a fashion show for a very good cause. So July 10th, I'll have some more information next time. Still doing the other stuff that I'm doing. I don't want to bore you with the same stuff, but yeah, I'll do a little bit of everything.
In Savvy's Corner, can we expect another cool guest?
Who?
Savvy's Corner. I know you always got your
right. So I'm waiting on my man to get well or to come back to work or something. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta get that.
Right. So we're waiting for the next episode of that. So
yeah, so yeah, that'll come, that'll be coming soon. And if y'all haven't watched the movie on what is it, Amazon called Navigate, go watch it. Support my client Lamont Elliott.
Navigate
really
was off the
good.
hook. I shed tears, man. It was great. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. So go watch it.
Show. Well, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So before closing out, let me send lots of love to the Williams family. A friend that we work with, unfortunately, her son's father was murdered over the weekend. The Rogers family, my man, he lost his mom. My homeboy Dante, the Daniel family, prayers to them. They lost their son. And of course, my family, the Brown family, we lost a great man. And within the last week, and of course, prayers to the Makia Bryant's family.
The Bryant family, yeah.
That's hard. Mm-hmm. That is hard. Someone reaching out for help and to have it end the way that it did. That's just not easy. That's not easy at all.
Right.
Just keep yourself in prayer, but keep everybody else in prayer too. Keep the world in prayer, people.
Keep your kids close.
Seems like we've been in pain for a long time in the United States, and you start to ask yourself, when are we going to start healing? That's what we need to be going. We need to try to heal. We need to try to get better. I ain't saying move past it and forget it, but we need to heal, and we got to find a way to do that collectively. I don't know how. I don't have the answer to that, but it's got to be something we can do together. I'm your boy RL, my man, PRS1, Miss Savvy. Alicia, we missed you. Get better down there in Florida.